Blessings to you and your family. We bring you greetings from Deniece Center Ministries. Enjoy encouraging messages from Prophetess Deniece Center. For Deniece's books, products, listening, and viewing schedule, please log on to dcenter.org. That's D as in Deniece Center.org.
Hi, I'm Deniece Center. Welcome to my Write the Vision and Make It Plain webinar. I'm so excited for your dream. Congratulations. I am here to help you succeed. I am not only speaking from experience, but I'm speaking from success. I want to show you how to put that dream in writing and how to make that dream come off the paper into fruition so that you can see your dream alive. Congratulations again. You will be successful. Throughout this webinar, you're going to get quite a few steps, so get your pen and paper ready to make some notes, and I will help you along the way. If you get stuck, just pause at any moment and go back if you need to, because all of the plans will be in place for you. You can also go on my website at www.dcenter.org and download my book. You can get it in ebook, or you can get it in a printed copy as well. This will be available. It's also available on Amazon. It's available at Borders and BarnesandNobles.com. So you get it. You need it, because if it's in your library, you can pull it off the shelf or put it in your ebook, whichever is easier for you. Let's get started. The first step is knowing your statement, your vision statement. That is your purpose. You have got to know your purpose before you even begin to start something. Know who you are, what you're supposed to be doing, and why, and write that purpose down. Then you have to have your mission statement. Your mission statement is how you're actually going to do something, how you're going to complete your assignment or your job. How are you going to get this purpose, this vision done? If you have that in writing and people can see where you're coming from and where you're going, they'll take your vision and run with it. Oh yes, they will. It's hard to show someone your vision. It's even harder if they can't see it. So the only way they can really see it is to see your plans in writing. So make sure you write them down. Also, one of my best or favorite slogans that I always say is, don't allow fear to keep you from starting, and don't allow intimidation to keep you from finishing. You will finish your work. Knowing how to cover your staff. Good organizational skills require unity. They also require much patience and love. You have to have unity in order to build. You have to know how to unify your vision. You have to also become a servant. Always have the attitude of, how may I serve you? Different gifts allow you to serve with excellence. When you learn how to serve with excellence, people receive excellence, and quality is drawn toward excellence. Also, how to handle an unloyal or uncommitted or unfaithful person. You have got to know how to handle those people, because in most cases, they will handle themselves and walk away or quit. You don't really have to handle them with a harsh hand or even fire them. They will eventually quit. But if they don't quit, there is a certain type of technique that you have to handle when you're dismissing someone. Because if you dismiss them the wrong way, you can get into a lot of trouble. They can try and sue you, or they can try to come up against you, or pull others away from you. So that's very important, knowing how to handle uncommitted, unfaithful, or unloyal people. Because the truth be told, you don't want unloyal people with you anyway, but it's going to happen. It happens over and over again, all the time. Every major successful business or ministry deals with unloyal people all the time. Now, for our next section, we're going to be talking about putting every plan, idea, and thought into writing. You're going to see me glancing back and forth because I have my computer screen here as I'm talking to you here. So as you put every plan in writing, you will see how your organization skills come together and how they take place and how they shape, because your business or your ministry, it shapes itself. It has a face. We should be able to see who you are by the way your ministry is shaped. Some ministries are known by their praise. Some businesses are known by their great coffee. They may have one specific coffee that stands out more than the other flavors. So they may be known for their lattes instead of their regular coffee. Or even, let's say, a clothing store. It may be known to attract teens. It may be known for their jeans. That clothing store may have sell shirts or socks, underwear, but its jeans got its popularity. So know exactly when you're facing your ministry by writing it down. You will, as you build and go on, you will see the shape by what people are drawn to. My ministry draws in those who have been abused or abandoned. And the face of our ministry is deliverance, healing, and encouragement. I am an encourager, and people tell me that all the time, that I encourage them. And I've developed a face. Diana Ministry has a face, and this face is to go and get the lost. And our slogan is, you are chosen and not forgotten. So forgotten people come to us, and that's what we're known for, to go and get the forgotten. So your ministry or your business will always have a shape for what it's known for. So build off of the popularity of what people are drawing to you, and you will become successful. Team your vision. If your vision only requires you to work it, it's too small or you too selfish. I'm going to say that again. If your vision only requires you to work it, it's too small or you are too selfish. Don't be afraid of personalities clashing. Personalities will clash. That will happen. It's okay if personalities clash. It's going to always happen. You need a tiger every now and again. You need a lamb every now and again. So just know the difference. You can blend those personalities. You don't have to fire everyone because one person it doesn't act like the other person. Learn how to work with different personalities. Your business plan. Don't be overwhelmed with the amount of work required in developing a plan. Pray before you begin. Pray before you even begin to write. Let the Holy Spirit teach you. Say, Lord, breathe on my ministry. Breathe on my dream. Teach me what it is I need to know. What books won't teach you, the Holy Spirit will. And if you let him teach you in every area, oh my goodness, you're going to be more than successful. You're going to be a legend. Wow. Next step. This part of your business or ministry is where you want the community to know who has inspired you through their writings or their teachings. One of the most asked questions is, who is your mentor? Or who inspired you? Or what inspired you to do what you're doing? People always want to know how you started your process. So make sure you have the books, the training, the manuals, or whatever. If you have a mentor, make sure that you've got their permission to use their name or their work, or in most cases they'll say yes because that's helping them move their work too. I have a lot of mentors and a lot of people who I look up to, and I always give them respect, and I'm grateful because it is their footsteps that help me get to where I'm going. And you'll see some of my mentors in my book too that I've mentioned, and you will be blessed by a mentor in your life. A person, every major person has a person over them. You have to be accountable to someone. So always know this. Be accountable and have all the things that you need from your mentors, the books that you're reading, their letters of recommendations that they've written for you. Let's say if they forward some of your books, have that available so that those who may ask you may want to see and read, because they want to know, wow, if she's brilliant, then the person over her must be super brilliant. So allow them to tap into that area with you. They will be so grateful that you did that for them, because my husband is one of my mentors and I love to share his teachings. So I bring his CDs with me wherever I preach, wherever I go. So when people listen to his CDs and they see, wow, I see how she's anointed. I see how the anointing flows down, and they're able to get the best of both worlds. That's what I mean when I say keep your resources together and make them available for others to be able to reap from as well. Next step, spreading your vision requires a lot of networking and careful planning. You must assign people in different states via email, websites, or whatever it takes, social media, to get the word out about your ministry or business. If you're not using social media like Facebook, Twitter, then you are pushing a dinosaur. It's very hard anyway, but to do it without those principles, it's even tougher and harder. So I encourage you to make sure you're using every network available out there. Everything, Facebook, Twitter. Some people still use MySpace. It's okay to use it for your business. Whatever's available, YouTube, put your videos on there, put your programs on there, put your books on there, put your writings, your teachings, everything available, and make sure it's accessible so that people can get to you 24/7. If you don't tap into media, I don't know how people are doing this these days without it. It is so difficult to do it without it. You would boost your sales or your ministry up by hundreds and hundreds of money, thousands of dollars of money, and people. People can see you at the click of a button. That's so much easier than putting papers on flyers or flyers on car windows, or just putting your flyers on the table in a beauty salon only to find out the pile is still sitting there because no one has picked it up. Truth be told, when I see a flyer on my car, I don't even look at it. Sometimes I'll just glance at it and just throw it away. But when I'm able to sit in my computer and something comes across my computer in my email that I find interest in, I'm going to click on it and I'm going to be able to read it in my own time, and I can be able to dissect it as I need to. So make sure you network. That is one of the most important pieces in business or ministry, is networking. You have got to learn how to network. A traveling business or ministry can be very costly. A lot of people want to travel. I'm going to take a deep breath right there because it's hard work. I travel a lot, very extensively. I'm in a lot of hotels. I'm in a lot of strange places. I'm very busy. I'm in one state. As you can tell, I'm suffering from a little cold now from changes of climates, because it's warm in one area, then it's cold on the other side of the Arctic. So you have to be prepared, and you have to make sure your body is able to handle that. You have to exercise. You have to eat right. You have to make sure your immune system is tough and can handle the climate changes and handle the ups and downs and the different spirits that come in ministry, the different regions that you go to, the different personalities. You have to know your audience. Everywhere you go, you have to know and understand your audience and how they relate and how they receive from you. If you know your audience, if you understand the people you are ministering or serving, wow, you can be so successful. You really can. So if you're going to travel, make sure you plan that and organize it, and be sure to take an inventory of all of your equipment and materials going with you, and plan that trip from A to Z. To keep the cost down, it may be best renting a bus to carry your team or your equipment. That's one of the best ways to travel, and the least expensive ways as well. Next is Bible skills. You have to have strategies, techniques that require you to stay afloat. If you don't have a plan B, if you don't have a strategy, you will be gone in less than 2 years. 2 years, you're going to be closed, shut down. Everything's over if you don't have a plan B. A plan B requires you to come up with something to put in place in case plan A doesn't work. You cannot rely, this is for ministry people, people in ministry, listen, listen, listen very closely. You cannot rely only on grants, on offerings, on tithes, and donations. No, your ministry or business must be able to develop sales and products that people can purchase at any time from your business or ministry and know who your targeted audience is. If you don't have product for them to purchase, if you don't have a plan B, that ministry is soon to fail. People will help you and push you for so far, but they're not going to keep on pushing and giving because there has to be some type of return. You have to give them something tangible back to give to them in order for them to continue to give to you. So they're going to ask you, if I give to you, do I get a partnership letter every month? If I give to you faithfully, then what are you going to give to me faithfully? Are you going to give me something, a prayer? Can I leave a prayer request? Can I count on your ministry to pray for my specific need if I need to? And if you don't have a website, you're out of business. Don't rely on free networks to be your website. People do this all the time. They think because they have Facebook or Twitter, that's enough. No, you need a website because Facebook and Twitter, although they are very good, important pieces that you must have, but there is a lot of competition too. So when someone goes to your page, they're looking at not only your page, but everybody else's page. They're scrolling on the side. They're reading everybody else's statuses. They see everybody else's events and what they're selling and what they're trying to do. So their attention span is very short. Those who do communicate on Facebook all the time, that's why they're on Facebook, because their attention span is short. They glance and they scroll, and Facebook is designed to give you short messages very quickly. And Twitter as well. Twitter has become very, very popular because of its short sentences, because it knows its audience. It knows that its audience is very impatient. So it only allows you to speak or type a certain amount of words, and you have to get your thoughts in and be done. And as you scroll down, you get to see and read. Well, if you rely only on that and not have a website, then chances are they're going to scroll and you're going to lose their attention because they're looking at somebody else's status. A website allows them to see only your work, only what you're doing, and nobody else. They can focus only on you. And when they do decide to buy, it's going to be your product they're buying because nobody else is competing with you on your very own website. And remember, please invest in that. People, if you don't invest in yourself, people will not invest in you. If you don't put money into your own business or ministry, people won't put money into you. You cannot get everything for free. So invest in a good website. It's worth the money. It's worth the expense. It's going to bless you in the long run. I want you to please get out of that free gimme mentality. That will cause you poverty. A free gimme mentality. If you have that and you operate in that, that's what you're going to attract. You're going to attract people who want to get something for free and never given to you because you haven't given it to yourself. The principle works both ways. You give and they'll give back to you. It never fails. So please, people, invest in your dreams. I can't stress that enough. It's very, very important to invest in your dreams. If you don't do that, it's not going to work. Plain and simple. I'm going to go for a short break, but I'll be right back. Give me about 2 minutes and enjoy my book. Be right back.